Hey guys, Robert here, and I have with me Carrie.
What's up, everyone? It's Nerdy Girl Crates. I'm so
Yep,
excited about tonight.
yep, because we're going to talk about my favorite. I'm not going to say the gold standard, but definitely well, not the gold standard, but a gold standard when it comes to crowdfunding comics, and
Yes.
that would be the Common America series. I just realized grabbing onto the very first one, I keep forgetting how thin the first one was.
Yeah.
I'm so used to them being up on the thicker side. I just grabbed this one. I'm like, wait, this is a lot thinner than I remembered. But probably because it's the paperbacks, of course. But
hmm
yeah, the Common America has been going on for a couple of years now, and they keep on getting so many books out in 1 year. They get at least 3 out a year, at least.
Yes, they do. It is amazing.
Yep,
And they keep you on the edge of your seat. You can't wait for the next volume.
exactly. I mean, Tim Lim and Mark Pellegrini, who I've had on the show a few times before.
hmm
Hey, hey,
Yeah,
hey,
they're
Vicky
great
Verse.
guys.
Oh, and Vickyverse, and Vicky, and that's one of the namesakes for one of the characters.
hmm
Um, but first, before we go into Common America, we should talk about one of the ones that really got it started, almost like a backdoor pilot, Walmart. Yeah, yep. Which, looking back at it now, it can be a bit cringe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hold on, because I actually have the digital versions. There we go.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm just trying to get the full screen it. There we go. Again, just look at this artwork. This is Oh, I love that cover. Now, this whole one is entirely a political parody.
Right. Yeah, and it's kind of like you got being somebody who's in a manga fan, a
Yep,
lot like My Hero Academia type of
exactly, exactly. If you know all the My Hero Academia one, it works here so much. But of course, for this first one, it's a nice action one. Of course, like eat my hair. What? But eventually, then when we get to Hillary, it's Hillary or Hillary.
oh god.
Yeah, but it's the second book that actually got things going, where we're introduced to 3 characters that would be the main parts of it. We would get Carly, we would also get Ice Tosterone and Merrimack Maiden.
hmm
And first, we also have the parodies of Ironheart, um, America Chavez, and Kamala Khan, of which, oh boy, we'll get to the recent stuff. We'll get to that. But yeah, we're then taking pot shots at what was done to Iceman, the Erica Henderson design of Squirrel Girl, and of course the times when Carol Danvers would look mannish. Oh come on, why does it keep shifting like that?
I don't know.
Hold on. This is really annoying.
Oh
Come
god,
on.
Iceman.
I know, Ice Twink.
Oh god.
but But of course, once they're put back to normal, we get Warhen, Merrimack Maiden, Ice Tosterone. Which then by the very end, everything's back to normal for them. But then we would get this little backup story. Like, they basically already knew they had someone special with Carly.
hmm
So we would have this little non-canon, I gotta stress this, non-canon backup for Common America. You know what the biggest thing that made it clear was non-canon? Marvel Washington, I can't sew. Wait a second! Yeah, I asked them about it and they said, and I brought that up. They're like, "Oh no, this isn't canon."
It's hilarious.
But yep, and
And
then of
like
course,
dude version Gwenpool.
Wanpool.
Yeah.
Wanpool is no. Wampu is actually an actual parody comic character, an actual crowdfunded comic as well.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yep. Hold on, I even got those digital. Hold on. See?
Wandful. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh
Marble.
boy.
Yeah, so yeah, that was an actual thing. But I gotta say that, but eventually Walmart got wrapped up then when they with the third one to make it a trilogy, which is clearly then a nod to the Mandalorian.
Right.
And that wrapped everything up. They closed the door because they knew, one, Trump might not get reelected. We know he didn't. And two, they realized you could only go so far with political parodies.
Correct.
Yep, but yeah, I think Vicky put it back. It was fun cringe. It definitely was fun cringe.
Yeah, it was.
But let's dive into the actual main book about all this, where Carly is still a nod to Carol Danvers. Because with Carly Vanders. I like that name still.
Right.
It's enough that you know the reference, but it's different enough to still stand on its own. And what have you liked about since this is supposed to be a discussion more than just going over them all? What have you been? What did you love best about Kamen America?
First off, especially with the first issue that got me hooked was the whole embracing femininity.
Yes.
Because I think there's like this, and I got into it today with the Dove thing, but I think there's this thing where they think like certain aspects of being female is now toxic when it's not. And I kind of like the fact that she was determined to be a designer because that's what she wants. And she didn't want to do all these other stuff that they're going, oh no, this is what girls should be doing now.
Yep.
She's independent.
By Vander.
She stands up for what she wants to be. I also love her relationship with her dad, her relationship with her friends.
And her mom, who we don't see till later.
Yes. Right, till later. And like the fact that she gets these powers and she's kind of like, well, I don't really want to be a superhero.
Exactly. Oh, I gotta say, one of my favorite bits was when the first thing when she wakes up is, of course, 500 years, our science has revived you. Really?
Yeah.
No, that was just to test your cognitive faculties. I'm like, you dick.
That was funny.
That was funny.
I also like the character development and the twists.
Oh yeah, especially when you didn't know that there were going to be twists. But looking back at it now, it's so there. Especially this bit with Vicky.
Yes.
Taking about the glass ceiling and all that.
Yes.
All right, my graduating class was 75% women, and at the lab, I have one male coworker, and he's a total fruitcake. Some glass ceiling. Stuff like that really sets things up very nicely. But yeah, and of course, jam! Ah! And again, I do like the idea about her becoming a blonde. Why? Because lightning's yellow.
Mm.
Oh, Lansky and Schultz. Oh,
yes,
boy,
these guys. The orchestras behind all of her chaos as the series goes on.
But the fact that Schultz ends up being much more evil than we think, but even I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, no.
In fact, I'll be honest, I keep forgetting how he looked until later on because you rarely see him.
Yeah.
Did you realize that, right? You rarely saw him. And in fact, they had to say at one point.
True.
Yeah, but of course, later on they said, oh, he's too busy because of a sexual assault or a harassment case. Which, looking at that guy, I believe it.
Yes, yeah.
Well, at least that's what it was. But then when we find out more about him later, I'm starting to wonder if that was a lie.
Who knows what? I wouldn't be surprised if some way it played down the line.
Yep.
Oh. And then like them forcing on like the look and the whole name and the whole
Warhead, like, stupid name.
We're going to do like a campaign with comic books and everything, and she's just like,
yep.
what?
Oh, and now I did like how they were going to fit this in here, and I asked them, do you guys ever plan on acknowledging what happened to her? Of course, later on we found out what happened to Testosterone happened. What happened to Carly did not happen.
Right.
But oh, this bit,
Oh, this part, yeah.
this was so, this, and this ends up being the bridge too far for her, for what happens later. But the fact is, it ends up being, we find out the next book this was her teacher. I didn't see that
Yes.
coming. Did you?
No.
Yeah,
No.
but yeah, of course, it's like, I know. I bought and made a Vision by Vanders is my label. Well, War is our intellectual property. Oh, Siggy.
Yes, Siggy.
I like Siggy.
I do too, especially later when he gets stuck in that unwanted love triangle.
Oh, geez, again, I keep forgetting. Again, now that I see Schultz, I was like, oh, there he is. Every time I see him now, I'm like, oh, right, because I'm so used to Langsky.
It's becoming like a,
Where's
where's
Schultz?
Waldo?
I
Yeah.
know. But yeah, her saying I quit. And I can also say, for the first 4 volumes, or at least first 3 volumes at least, he is, and as such, she is struggling with her popularity because most people don't know. And is also making a
Mm-hmm.
good point of saying it's easy to gain popularity when you have a company to help you do it. It's a
Mm-hmm.
struggle to do it, but it makes it much more fitting when you earn it.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, did you notice some of in the work back there, Matthew Walden's work design?
Oh no, I did not.
I just noticed that. Like I said, it's weird seeing a real life photo when you have cartoonish looking, drawings.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yes.
Again, that fact that Siggy's dad, and the fact that that
This
would pop
part
up
comes
again.
back later.
I love it. Again. I didn't expect that. Oh
Oh
yeah, and
yes.
then we would get to a lot of
Misha.
people's out of Misha, and I gotta say, I was one of the first to, not the first, but one of the first to figure out about her and her sister. You know why?
Why?
The last name. It's a,
Ah.
yeah, but they don't. They only say they only say it once on each, and you don't think about it. But when you look in Black Ops 3, it also says Lava Cova. It's like, hey. Now I gotta ask, if you
I
were
did not.
hearing the voice, how heavy do you think her accent would be in your head?
Probably heavy.
Very heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. Or I always saw hers would be this heavy, but still a lighter tone, like a heavy accented, but still higher pitch, slightly higher pitch voice, not a deep, heavy,
Right.
Russian. Does that make sense?
Yes. It's like you can still understand.
Exactly. But yeah, and the fact that she knows more about the abilities, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. She's military trained.
Exactly. And that's
Oh,
like
and
you
this,
see her
right, keep going.
giving her a challenge, which is also great.
Yep, I gotta say, the other thing I like is the fan service in this book is not gratuitous, and best of all,
Right.
it's not even drawn attention to by the writing. It's like, it's there, it's natural. It can be
Yeah.
a little gratuitous at times, like right here.
Yeah, but it's also to emphasize the punch she's doing, but also if you just happen to notice.
Exactly. But oh, and the power. Yep, 3 hours. The Tunguska blast, of course. But I guess I do like how it's resolved, realizing they have something in common: fashion. And I gotta say, I do like that. That ends up being something that is more subtle going forward.
Yes.
Was her being into fashion too? Like, we don't see her get ready to sew, but Carly's always so quick to bring it up how Misha helped design things.
Yes.
But I mean, again, I do like that how that ends up being something that could resolve it. Oh yeah, angry Russian noises, angrier Russian noises. I mean, obviously this is more of a gag because obviously there was no way she could have slipped right back, like that.
Yeah. It's very manga like.
Oh, this ends up being a clue later on when I look back. Look,
Yes.
but the best part is you can look at it simply her hand. It's like, you
Yeah.
can think of it like it's just from the momentum, but you could also look at it like, is she controlling it? I love that. Oh, yeah, by the way, I've asked them before. You know what voice they saw for Siggy?
Who?
Lorenzo Music. You know, Garfield's voice, that kind of
Oh,
voice.
really?
I'm like, really? I do you see that? Because I personally saw more like a Johnny Young Bosch kind of voice.
Xander said, "Did you notice the jacket on Carly's couch?"
Oh, this one? What
Yeah.
about it?
What about it? It's like a
What
bomber
about the
jacket.
jacket? What about the jacket?
Kind of like, I guess, with
One of the
I
other
don't know.
clues, I
I'm waiting for
guess?
him to tell us.
Yeah, come on. All right. I can see the accent mellowing out the longer she's with Carly. I can see that.
Yes. Yeah.
But come on, Xander, tell us. Oh,
Vicky
the
says, "I
fact that
imagine she
this
sounds like
was
him."
one of the most random endings at first.
Yeah.
I had no idea where they were gonna go with this. Did you?
No, but I know Tim and Mark are big manga fans, so it had to be something like they were going to
Yeah, but
bring
did you?
Japan in somehow.
I know. I
It's a
mean,
nod to another book, not by Tim and Mark, but I just caught it.
oh, well, tell us what it is.
No, really, come on, don't leave us
Yeah.
hanging.
Oh, I love this artwork still. I love this
I
artwork.
know. It's Layla's from Villains of the Snow Sea.
Yeah. Oh boy, this would take us forever to get to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the crossover with Zeb.
It's true.
Yep. Then, of course, that would lead us to Black Ops. Now, of course, there would be also Black Ops 1 and 2,
Oh
which,
God.
I gotta say, one of my favorite bits always was. Hold on, let me zoom in on myself here. Hold on. Oh, wait. This a. Come on, how do I. Oh, sorry about that. Meant to remove this. Was this the one moment that really got me loving the idea? Hey, Geek Getaway, almost as good Cyber Frog Blood Honey. Not even!
No.
But I'm still waiting on mine!
You still haven't gotten yours?
No!
Wow.
Okay, this bit. Black Ops,
Okay.
he's taking a knife. Boing, boing, boing. Ah! Boing, 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 boing. That is my favorite bit there.
Is that the one with the origin?
Yeah,
I
that's
have
the one with the origin. Yeah, that's in the that's in the omnibus. But yeah, backwards things were originally drawn a bit more realistic looking.
Yeah.
That even with this one, he starts to get a bit more stylized, but not there yet. But this is where we're introduced to Patriot Otter.
Right.
And this is also when we're introduced to Misha's sister.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Hair Trigger, of course, obviously, but and Apex Moss. Oh boy, Apex Moss is an interesting villain, isn't he?
Yes. There's a lot of interesting villains. One that we were already getting into.
Oh yeah, we're getting that current. We'll be getting to it. Yeah. But first, this would be the next one. Why? Because this is how Misha gets brought to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, this introduces so much. Of course, we're also introduced to Commando G.
Yes, I love Commando G.
Or Command Dog.
Command Dog. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the voice for his owner, whose name what's his name?
Oh.
Oh, Sawyer. David Hayter.
Really?
Well, especially once he gets the eye patch.
Oh yeah.
Yep, Commando G. And I like how Commando G is just a dog, a well-trained dog, but just a dog.
Yeah, where all the other ones are advanced.
Yep. Well, most of them are. No, except for Rigger Tortoise. But also, yeah, BFF. I love how Patriot Otter is pretty much the Wolverine of the group.
Yeah.
A
I love how the old guy looks like Clint Eastwood almost.
lot, yeah. But oh yeah, but it is the point where Penelope started getting more of heavily involved.
Mm-hmm.
She went from being more of a just a farm girl with some military training to getting a crash course and everything.
Yes.
Also, I do love it. I don't know if you ever noticed. Um, she's good at keeping her accent down, but if she ever gets frustrated, her southern accent bleeds through hard.
Yes.
That was something that Tim and Mark has made clear to me about, and I'm like, I love that detail.
Yeah. Because it's true. Like people who kind of like, even like with me, New York accent can come out when I start getting really upset.
Yep, it's like but yeah, Patreon,
Yeah.
like ah! But yeah, I like this. You think it's Misha. You're supposed to believe it's Misha.
Mm-hmm.
I love her sister. Her sister is so, like she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't care. Oh yeah. Moss, the enemy has spotted me. No choice but to engage. What? I told you to. Sorry, can't hear you. Gunshots. But getting Rigatord is so great. Unfortunately, out of gun, out of ammo. And
I know.
Again, Rigatord is just a tortoise too. He's not even enhanced.
Yeah, no. But I love the otter.
Yep.
Like...
Patriot Otter, yep. Oh, another example of, again, with the fan service, but
Yeah.
Again, it's a pose that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
But then it turns out that wasn't really her.
No.
Oh dear. At first you think like, is she drugged or something? But then you later find out, nope, it's not. I like that twist. And then we get a bit more about Misha and her sister's, upbringing, which we also get a bit more in the webtoons.
I have to catch up on those.
Shortcut. You don't say. But yeah, then by the end of it all, Misha's deciding to come, to leave with them. And of course, the only place she has to go is Carly's. That look on her face. She's like, what have I got myself into?
Exactly.
But again, I like, though, how that doesn't hold over that long.
Right.
Again, you think like, they're going to butt heads. And it turns out, not really. She can tolerate Carly's energy. It might get on her nerves sometimes. Oh yeah, I remember the the big pillows with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember they gave those away. Ooh, I love that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
Kania, yeah. She's getting quite the fan base of her own for good reason. Oh, I love how we get what led up to the end of Volume 1.
Yes.
Also, like, right, what branch are you? USO. Oh, boy. Oh, these tributes.
Yeah.
I love that. For all the pets he's helped, they're with him in heaven. But yeah, so now obviously, but I do like also how you don't have to have read Black Ops 3, but it helps immensely.
It does. It does.
Oh yeah, and then we're introduced to Sylvia. Now, I gotta ask, when you first saw this, did you think they were gonna go with her being just a typical alpha bitch? Because I'll be honest, I kind of did.
Yeah, and I actually, out of all of them, I have to say she had one of the best developments, especially when you start going into her past.
Especially, yeah, it was that. But until that point, though, I gotta say, yeah, I thought she was a complete bitch.
Yeah. But you then learn why.
Well, exactly. But even then, you find out she's not a bitch. It's more of a case of we've been following Carly's point of view on things, and we find out Carly's been kind of skewed and tainted.
Yeah.
Of course, also the mention of the bait shop. Again, we're seeing this from Carly's point of view. And even I gotta say, I always felt like, how can the bait shop afford all this? Even I felt something was up, didn't you?
Yeah.
Money beats merit every time. A chain of bait shops. That didn't help. Especially, like, you know how popular fishing is around here. Again, I do like how a little thing like that could explain it, but it still felt off.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Been having a runny nose lately.
Ugh. Allergies?
Nope, I don't have allergies. I think I'm just recovering from a cold.
Oh no.
It does that look like the Cobra Commander, Cobra symbol.
Almost, yeah.
But yeah, more fan service. Again, that seems to be a favorite shot, isn't it? The best girl inbound.
I can hear Deadpool now.
Yep. Right. We see Vicky kind of bashing herself over not getting a date. Yeah, that's true. But of course, everyone's like, "Hey!" But yeah, again, Lansky, he is such a scumbag.
Yes, he is.
And yet, I would be surprised if we find out something tragic about him. I doubt it, but...
Oh, please. I don't want every villain to have a tragic backstory.
I agree, but this, and then Vermilion Masquerade. I'll be honest, I did not bank on it being who it is.
No, me either.
It wasn't until after it happened that I looked back on it. Yeah, I'll be honest. It wasn't until after it happened that I looked back and realized the clues were all there.
Yeah. Which is great. It makes you want to go back and read and look at everything.
Which, again, funny thing, it goes from here to immediately with Vicky showing up. Yeah. Oh, the fact that we saw the mail from the last time we saw that. Like, I mailed, and beans from Pa. Yeah, spoiled food samples. Like, jury duty summons. Shouldn't that mean she's in legal trouble then if you ignore jury duty?
Look at Misha.
Yeah, Misha's just like, next year's fall line. It's never too early to start. Has tripled, doubled. Oh, but then, yeah, they head on out to deal with the monster. Oh, yeah, her pose.
Yeah.
To prove the justice of our culture, Ghostbusters the game reference. Yes. I will vanquish you. I'm going to murder you. Wow, can she take it down a notch?
Misha is like the Bakugo to her Midoriya.
Or the Mars to her moon.
Yeah.
Yep, but yeah, them dealing directly with Vermilion, who you can still tell she's enjoying herself.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, the bird. Caw! Sickle and Stardust. Caw? And then, Kamen
Ramen.
Kamen Ramen. Again, I love all, and talk about an interesting opening. It's like introduction and wham! Oh my gosh, are you okay? And then Sylvia.
Mm-hmm.
Now again, this is where again it just felt like Kamen UN and everything. You know what I'm saying, right? It just felt like again I kept thinking like, oh, she's in this for the glory and the attention. Even when you read it, you can't help but I just assumed, oh, Lansky provided her that. I think she came up with it on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think so? Knowing her now?
Yeah, because it was all about wanting friends. Not to spoil anything.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying though that. But when we see this again, it just felt like
Hmm.
again you would assume Lansky just wrote this for her.
Or like she was gonna one up uh,
Yeah,
Common America.
I will give this. I will give Lansky this. He's good at his job.
He is. He really is
There's
good.
no
Great at
denying
promotion.
that. He is good at his job. He's just another scumbag. But that's unfortunately the sad thing is there could be a lot of people who are good at their jobs who are just despicable human beings.
Hmm. Oh yeah. I can name some,
Yep.
but we're not going to go there.
I know. Oh, geez. And doing stuff like utilizing this to just as a distraction, but unfortunately, it works.
Yeah. And
I'm
this
just
is the
happy
kind
to
of crap
be
she has to
here.
deal with. Yeah.
But yeah, Kimiko. I love Kimiko.
Yeah.
And
Common
but
rum.
don't
And you
worry,
find
I
out
speak
later
English.
why she.
What?
Yeah. Later, when you find out why she calls herself Common rum.
Yeah, I know. I know. But again, now Vicky. This is the point where we start to realize Vicky is getting a little fed up. Here are those test results you said you wanted so badly. Yeah, that's the first time I think we saw her getting annoyed at Carly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but this is where we find out because her father owns a ramen company and
Yes.
Japan's worst corporate mascot.
Look at her face.
Like, everyone, especially when we see the webtoons,
Yeah.
we know why it terrifies her so much. But yeah, but the fact also is she wanted to do stuff, but she kept failing.
Yeah.
I've taken this college exam 78 times. I hope that means she was doing different colleges because there's no way in hell. Because usually you have to do it another year before you do the next exam.
Is that the same in Japan, though?
No, I'm saying in Japan.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Usually it's like one time for to do the exam, and if you don't do it, and that's open out. Granted, I'm pretty sure that meant 78, like as in different exams that going to different universities.
Probably.
But yeah, the meteor, and that's when the meteor hit me. I love that. Like, oh, wham!
And then she wakes up, huh?
I know, but yeah, just all the abilities. Call agent now, but I love her dad. Her dad is so sweet.
Yes, he is. And supportive. And
Which I also realize her stuff with her dad is the opposite of Sylvia with her stepmom.
yes.
You
Common
think
rum.
Harley has her act together? Get Misha. There's a reason why everyone adores Misha.
Yeah. She's so brutally honest. Like,
But at the same time, she'll be over the top like this. Feel free to ignore Misha, please. Also, that's sort of creepy. I know. I know everything about Carly Senpai. Her likes, her shoe size, what high school she went to. Yeah, she wants to be a radiologist. I love that.
mm-hmm.
Again, it's stuff like that that has nothing to do with heroing or her dad's business.
Right.
Now, when do you think Siggy starts? Not Siggy. Misha starts to find an attraction to Siggy. Do you think it clearly happens off screen?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I just also
think I-
love. Sorry.
She's snoring and drooling.
I don't. Whereas Kimiko just like, and Carly, well, stays up late. Oh, but then, this moment. When they're talking about Miss Wormwood and all that. She said she was
Yes, and
mean.
he
She
finds
said
out.
she was mean. I know. And then, then we find that out. Oh, that was her teacher. And that, yeah, all that stuff about the glass ceiling was just because she was angry.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually she lost her job. We don't know how, but it happened. And then it turns out she died. And it turns out she's way too late.
Oh, Rob says the months while Misha was working at Siggy's Gun Shop.
Oh yeah, I know, behind
Okay.
closed doors. That's what I saw. But yeah, the fact that she was way too late because she kept putting off opening that letter.
Yeah.
That's the most painful part.
And again, I love the fact that they show how human she
Yeah,
is and the mistakes she makes. Because I feel like so many characters now have to be like so perfect to the point where you're like, boring.
I know. And the fact that she, died from just being out in the cold.
Yeah.
And that way she brought out herself and she knows it. She acknowledges it. But yeah, that's what gives her determination. I love that from a story point of view.
Yes.
Oh, the Gamera parody. But complete with the Godzilla screonk. So yeah. Oh.
Butt shot.
Butt shot again. But again, it doesn't draw attention to it in universe. That's what
No.
I like best. It's not drawing attention to. It's not like someone's like, "Oh, she always show off her ass." None of that.
Right.
But yeah, of course. So yeah, it's, again, so they're working together at. Second form. Oh, I love that combo utility bill. Unfortunately, though, like before, the media just like, but Carly's finally realizing it's all right. We'll get there eventually, one step at a time.
Right.
Oh, and then, what? Is this stuff still alive? Virtue is his own reward. Oh, and we will see this one as the inside cover artwork for a long time.
Yes.
And then, of course, we have the epilogue. Where we find out about Apex Moss and how they connect her to Vermilion Masquerade.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact it took 3 books to lead into the crossover, which we're still not there yet.
I know.
Now this is where we start to find out more from Sylvia's point of view, and of course, the fact is, again, you see this moment. You start. I like how we're seeing this all from Carly's point of view. So, like Carly, you get why Carly gets so ticked off. But later on, you find out from Sylvia, it's like, no, she means well.
Yeah.
Especially this was more like, I sure hope that book helps Carly. It feels great to do good, even if they don't like you.
Where she took it as an insult.
Yeah, of course. Graduation day. And Lansky, Schultz, I'm not going to make it to Indianapolis on time. Chicago may be a no-go, too. I like how it's just happenstance.
Yeah.
But of course, I also love how, again, in Carly's point of view, Sylvia's trying to take her, but give herself the credit for it.
Yeah.
To which, I gotta say, Sylvia, why'd you have to put it that way?
Yeah.
Right?
And she doesn't think she's doing wrong.
Exactly. Like, I'm just glad to have helped you out in some small way. To which I think Carly's reading more into that phrase.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love this. When they show up and then they're throwing the ramen, but Misha's just like, whatever.
Like,
Now, who wants free ramen? Wham, wham. Huh? But I love it. Oh, this is the point where they start to, people are starting to appreciate them a bit more, slowly.
Mm-hmm.
For the last time, we can't do combos. But yeah, Sylvia shows up, and throughout all of this, again, I like how first you think it's just going to be more of the same of the second one. Mm-hmm. Ding, 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 ding. Leave it alone, Kimiko! Oh, this moment here, when she thought she made the discovery, and then What, you mean Chimeratons? Yeah, basically finding out she didn't make any discovery at all. It was already done. She just, how could you have known? And
Right.
this moment, oh, this was the moment I realized there was something off with her, didn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the one I just realized, like, oh, jeez. Oh, yep, here's the bit then with Siggy and Misha.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, taste? Oh, what's that supposed to be? No, not what I meant. By the way, I love how, like, ding, get down. Wah! I love that he just goes from, huh? This
Yeah.
is why Stiggy's awesome, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
And then, of course, besides the hazard of live ammo right around, your flames are bound to set off the sprinklers. You can still compliment me on my instincts. Duly noted. I just love that. I just love that flub up. And of course, they make a joke later that she actually will set off the sprinklers regularly. But yeah, then this again, the stuff with Kimiko and her father. I love this relationship between them.
Yes.
He's just a cool. He's a chill dad. That's the thing about him. You think he'd be this workaholic dad, but he's not.
Especially in that culture.
Exactly. I think he's reached that amount of wealth. We can have other people help him do it. Although I've noticed how many times when they transform that you always see their breasts bounce up. Have you ever noticed that? That happens frequently.
Well, you know.
But yeah, so dealing with those, and then, oh boy, this moment here, her interview, and it turns out it's not the host, and who we did see in the last book.
Mm-hmm.
It was Vermilion in disguise. But I gotta say, the fact that Vermilion completely betrayed Zelensky made so much sense.
Yes.
But in this bit here, where they start arguing with each other, we worked hard to earn our endorsements. All you've ever done is buy it. Up, eek, whoosh, and then obviously I'm just arguing more and more. Like, so I'm rich, so what? Helping people takes money, and that's all I've ever wanted to spend it on. Fashion, no, you only bother to do good if it elevates your status or denigrates someone you don't like. I've turned with the USO, gave clothes to the homeless, beaten up dinosaurs. What have you done? You're turning charity into a contest and have the nerve to call me Betty? Fine. I donate millions into countless causes. My money has built orphanages, hospitals, and animal shelters. I went to Africa. Like, you haven't changed one bit since high school. You're still the same high and mighty, full of yourself. If you're no better than me. We don't actually have a good reason to hate each other, do we? Guess not. That's the moment that I fell for Sylvia right here.
It's like everything snapped.
Yeah, this was one of the best moments right here, was finding out Sylvia is a good-natured person. She's not the bitch.
Right.
She's not social. I can't say she's socially awkward, but she partially is. Is that a good way of putting it? She's partially awkward socially.
Yeah,
like, she's good at reading.
How can you say it? Like, she's misguiding her attempts.
Yeah, exactly. But then Vermilion betrays everyone, and it turns out that entire suit was made from her mud.
Oh wow.
Yep, and then Lansky, everything starts to fall apart now because of this reveal. Oh boy, that look on her, that forced smile. It wasn't real, but I thought I was part of something good. I wanted to hug her there.
Yeah.
That moment there where she's just so broken. And then, yeah, once they reveal Sylvia, first they're just like, oh yeah. And Kylie Senpai's befriended her arch rival. Real original. I Everyone keeps saying the bait shop,
Yeah.
which I think, except for Carly, everyone says it as a joke, an inside joke.
Right.
I think even Siggy is, don't you? And he says, how's the bait shop going? I think he's saying it as an inside joke. Area 51. Radioactive? Oh, but then this bit. Listen, my job is to feed the capybara, collect the mail, and drive everyone around. Don't take any of that away from me. That was the moment where I started to click with me a bit more.
Yeah. It was kind of like you realized there was some type of jealousy, but you didn't connect it to what happens.
Exactly. But yep, then think you'll be able to hold down the shop without me, Siggy? Uh-oh. I always wrote her off as Carly's friend. And sorry, she's been kind of moody. I think she feels left out. All the news in the different, media appearances and everything. Oh yeah, I love the reveal that turned out being connected to that arm, that stuff for so long has given her own Chimeraton abilities, but more through external means.
Right.
I like that. Oh, once this what was happened, it clicked on me. Raccoon Ridge, Indiana. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, Vicky. That immediately dawned on me. Once it said Indiana, I'm like, Vicky. But yeah, the Unity armor and everything. What? Again, I guess this is the book where I think everything started to come together.
Yes.
But yeah, then the big attack and everything, and they're starting to do it, but of course, I love this. Why does no one ever listen to me? You took part 2, Misha! Shut up! But yeah, they're getting themselves in there, and then... Oh yeah, I love this then. This whole her taking on, they think it's Kamen America.
Yeah.
A homesped handmade haymaker. It was oh yeah, I mean, I didn't think Sylvia would steal your whole character. But saying there's only one, so almost you could say like there will never be someone else to take on. Like it isn't a legacy, which is fair. I know there are some people who want to say legacy characters are important, and they are for things like DC. But making a statement like Kamen America isn't a legacy is fair enough too. I just hope it was never a jab at others trying to say like, oh, someone else can be it. I hope that's not a jab at you know what I mean, right? Other comic book legacies.
Yeah. Marvel mostly.
Yeah, because DC made it work. But then this bit here, where she's still good. Oh, but I love that. Slam again. I love that. It's like, wham. Oh boy. Oh, jeez. Kimmy, go. I'm just like, and you know, yay. I'm like, of course, I hope this ends better than my 18th birthday party. I want to know what happened.
I know. This face.
But then this bit, you want to know what my problem is, Carly? You! I'm going to beat you, Carly. And the whole world will see you aren't so special. You aren't so great. Let's take this outside. Smile for the camera. And then that. Being Vicky. Yeah. My jaw dropped.
Yes.
I didn't see it coming. I did not see it coming. That they were. But then when I looked back, I realized it was there the whole time. You know what I mean? Then, of course, you had the backup where we later revealed, oh, she got away.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like it. The moment we find out it's her, we now see her as Vicky.
Yes.
But then see her switch into being Vermilion. Again, it shows the difference. It's because of the longer hair. That's what threw me off so much. I should have realized that she could make her hair look longer, but I never thought about that.
Yeah, like red and longer.
Yeah. But then we got the first of the crossovers. That from Black Ops going forward will now be a crossover book. and continue to build on the universe. And I'll be honest, this was the most
Oh yeah,
logical sense. Yeah, more
this
was
part. Oh.
Usagi. Aww. But yeah, we're seeing, Carly be, and everything. And yeah, this, I do like how Tim Limit said, sometimes they will soft reboot certain characters in between books. In this case, Sawyer. Sawyer was definitely soft rebooted. Giving him the eye patch and everything. They said in his mind, this is when he became more of a badass. Not that he wasn't, but
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
It became like classic Fury.
Somewhat like that, yeah. Now, I do like how, between these two, completely professional. She's not gaga or anything. Unlike Sylvia
Exactly.
later on.
Oh, I know.
I love Sylvia and Sawyer. I love that little pairing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this whole bit then, and the hand. Oh boy, that was like, wait, what? But I also like how the hand changes for her. But, again, just throughout all of this build up and everything. Oh,
The otter.
this whole bit, like, but wait, you're not supposed to be texting en route to the mission. Please tell me that's a secure line. Of course, I have Horizon Wireless. They never drop calls. It's like, Carly. I can so see, and I understand Penelope getting so flustered with her. Again, because Penelope was raised as a military brat. So she understands military type of stuff much more than Carly does, who's a normie.
Exactly.
But you also love this whole bit about, like, she hasn't killed anyone yet. Doesn't matter. I love Usagi.
Yeah.
But also the fact is, as we find out later on, this whole plan by Apex Moss, it's like he's doing all this stuff not for the big prize, but for a little portion of the big prize.
Yes.
Which again we don't know yet. Oh, I love this. Can I go with the Otter? He doesn't have a human partner. No, Patriot operates best without a handler, and the Cape Network is too tight for human agents. Also, he doesn't like you.
Yeah, look at him. Ah!
They're like, ee, ee. Yep. And again, it's like she's like, Penelope's like, no, don't let her come with me. Don't let her. Again, I don't blame her. I would get frustrated too if I had to deal with Carly's personality.
Yes.
I know. Agent Hudson! But yeah, Sawyer and Commando G dealing with all those creatures. And again, Patriotter and Rigger Tortoise. Well, like I say, Rigger Tortoise, we rarely see him out of his shell.
Yeah, no, he's kind of taken on the persona of like the Cat American for him.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have moments like that where we see him. But I do like how Patriot is so protective of him. Mostly because it's his gun, but also I'm pretty sure he's good friends with him.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard you, sod all of Arizona. Sod dang.
Arizona.
There's her, yeah. Sewed all of Arizona. So dang cryptic. It's like that's where her southern accent's slipping through. Especially if you're planning on flitting around out in the like chill. Again, the moment where her accent just completely spills out. But then, oh yeah, this moment then where she's ready to use her full abilities. That moment there. As we then find the big bird. And again, the fact that the bird was a means to an end.
Yeah.
Like he didn't. But then, of course, the sister, I just keep blanking on her name. I'm so used to just saying hair trigger, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean, right?
Yes.
Yep. But
With the hand.
yeah, with the hand and everything. Oh yeah, this whole bit, both of them chewing Vicky out. Like she needed to hear this. She needed to. Would you agree with that? Like, I mean, I would do that
Yes.
too, wouldn't you? It's like, especially
Yeah,
and
it's
not
like you're
realizing what.
so
Yeah, you're so
she's so like angry and jealous that she's not thinking straight.
exactly. She's not thinking straight or anything like that. But hold on, let me get back. But yeah, and then of course she then decides like, yeah, decides to leave. And I do love it later on in the later crossover when she meets up with him again. Like, this is for paying me an exposure. Uh-oh. Now, of course, I do like how it takes the villain to stop the bad guy.
Yeah.
That bang! Apex Mox going down. Oh yeah, I love this. Give me your knife. No knife. No knife. Until realizes, wait, I'm understanding you. Uh-oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Seeing Usagi just completely lose his shit.
Yeah.
Because he's so
Oh.
frustrated. I mean, I don't blame him. He lost his owner and everything. Oh, I love that too. Just finding out so much. Like, yo, we're not that different. But yeah, then of course they're able to calm it down and basically tell it to stay around this area. Oh yeah, but yeah, so and it turned out that wasn't Apex Moss at all.
Nope.
That I liked. I liked that reveal. And then of course we have setting up. We find out a bit more about how much she's been affected by the hand.
Yeah.
Now she really is a hair trigger. Okay, I like this drawing of Penelope, how she looks so anime-like.
Yeah.
But now we got the finale of the first arc. This whole setup of
Yes.
everything was poor Vicky, to fill in a lot of the gaps. And we see a bit more about Miss Wormwood and how, again, we know, and it's so much harder to hold it against Wormwood when we know now that she's not that bad of a person. But at the same time, knowing how much it has on Vicky, you can't help but blame her.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad enough what she did to Carly. Now knowing what she did to Vicky.
Yes.
And again, but at the same time, you also know she meant well. She just did it the worst way. Oh boy, yeah, all this. I just love this exposition, everything. But then, right? I love also Kimiko is, I think either she's just drinking something or finishing off ramen. The liquid in the ramen. It's hard to tell.
She's so funny.
She is, but
Oh,
also
this
this
guy.
was
Yeah.
Bandit Okami. We'll see him a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I hate these jobs. Ah, the chupacabras.
Yeah.
And of course, tying it back into Black Ops 2. Oh,
Yes.
and again, butt shot. It feels like they happen at least once every book, I've realized.
I wonder if they sit there and kind of say, "Well, we have to at least get one in every issue."
Yep. But yeah, Sylvia helping in. And of course, her trying to get a pose.
Yeah, it's so funny.
That running gag. She's good at doing fashion poses. She's bad at doing superhero poses.
Yeah.
Oh, then we find out 1 year ago was Vicky doing some of her stuff that she's been sent to do. And yeah, but then, oh boy, this mysterious voice. Which, I'll just say it, we find out later, it's Schultz.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming at all. I did not realize Schultz was going to be this big of a bad. But yeah, the fact that she has all this power, and it turns out he enhanced them. Oh, Red Rooster jab. Did you ever notice that?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's Schultz then just burning through everything. And then, again, filling in more of the blacks, how basically Vicky, okay, Vicky's such a complicated character, isn't she?
Yes. She's very
She plays
complicated because
Vic.
you
She
kind of
plays.
get it.
You get it, but at the same time, you are just as mad at her as everyone else is because
Yes.
I mean she meant well at this point. I look at it this way: Wormwood and Lansky, especially Lansky, were the worst.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for this, they're the ones who kind of push her, but she basically they opened the door and she walked through it. They didn't force
Yes.
her, but they gave her the opportunity. Is that the best way to do it? They opened the door, but she walked right through it.
Yeah, she didn't have to go in.
Yep, but this is where we find out about Schultz, and yeah, this. He's psycho, if I remember right.
It's Psycho, and it's like the evil Power Rangers.
Yeah. But the fact is, though, but clearly he's this way even before the others formed.
Yes.
Clearly. Oh yeah, this whole bit then. And then we find out Badger has actually been affected.
Yeah.
He'll live a lot longer now. Oh, but then this bit. Being Carly's friend. I'm not just Carly's friend! Again, you understand her. But at the same time, you want to tell her, bitch, be cool!
I know, really. Like, there's better ways to handle it.
Exactly. Oh, bye-bye, Kimiko! Yeah, Zener Psycho. Oh, I believe it. Hey, dude.
Yes.
Rob,
I think he's the
believe
ultimate
it.
bad.
He is the ultimate bad of this story, anyway. I want to see him and Apex team up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes there.
Yep. People like you have the entitlement to do as you please while we have to languish in quarters and mud puddles scrabbling for pebbles. And yet, I've done so much more for you than you give me credit for. How the hell was she to know? Okay, that's the thing with Vicky that bothers me. How the hell was Carly to know this?
I think she's also projecting a lot of it on Carly.
Yeah. Oh, the Dino Pumpkin. But yep. Oh, notice how Vermilion Masquerades, she was meant to make herself look a bit more skeevy. Not skeevy, but, revealing.
Mm-hmm.
And yet when she is a villain, she's covering herself up more.
Yes.
Yeah, but then this whole bit with Carly, it's like, Carly? Oh boy, this whole bit, like, and you'll be doing Carly a big favor. Again, Vicky could have said no to Lansky.
Right.
She could have. She had the power, she could have done it.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, she had the power, she could have told Lansky, screw you, I'm doing my thing. But instead, what did she do? And again, here's the thing though. Did she make the choice because she was Carly's friend or because of Lansky's words to guilt her into it?
Probably it was a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, yeah. But I think it's Lansky's word that made her resent it.
Yes.
But yeah, this whole bit. Oh yeah, whoosh. And Carly's plumbing maze in the front yard. Oops. You're supposed to open the shop on Monday. Uh-oh.
I love that Carly's face.
Fortune favors the bold. Yep, and yeah, she eventually takes off, and we can't beat Vicky to the airport. She travels fast to the ground in a straight line. She'd probably caught her flight already, but if we move quickly, we can still beat her to her destination. Oh yeah, then of course, we're gonna talk about you stealing my boyfriend. Boyfriend! I'll stay here and look after Badger. That look at me,
Like
I love. That's one of my favorite facial expressions. It's like, boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yep, and but I did love how Carly, again, showing there's a brain in her head. She realized everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, this whole bit how she was going to change Mount Rushmore. Now this outfit of hers, this shows that this is Vermilion side is more seeped into her Vicky side.
Yes.
Did you ever realize that? Like by this point, she is looking more like, I said Vermilion through Vicky.
Yes.
Yeah,
And yeah.
because there's no way she would
Yeah.
have done poses like that and everything.
No.
But yeah, then their new outfits. What did you think of the updates?
I love the new outfits.
Just giving them the little skirts and everything.
Yeah.
And to
I
find
like
out
it
that
better than the original.
this. When I said I was working on the fall line, I was really working on these. You've always been a part of the team, Vicky. It's like, I mean, I get you want to surprise her, but that's the one that is a little bit on Carly's bad, Again, the fact that
Yeah.
Carly does realize she should have been more observant, and that's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's another thing I like about this because Carly is not perfect.
But she admits, I took you for granted. But yeah, far too late. Then you have, them fighting this all out and everything. Like, I could do, stop, you're whining. You're not a victim. Now, I gotta say, this bit here felt a little preachy. We're the descendants, sons and daughters of pioneers, innovators, soldiers. This, I felt a little like, this is probably one of the few moments where I feel a little cringe, Not bad cringe, but, just the hard workers with dreams. We aren't victims. We forge. Just moments like this where I'm like, where does Carly come up with some of these speeches? Like, it's the type of
I think
speech
it's
that
bad.
a little bit, but I always wonder how much of this was Mark's writing, putting it into it, and less
Yeah.
Vic and Carly.
True.
Now, again, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's one of those standout moments where you're like, oof.
I think this is like her Captain America speech.
True,
Like,
but again, she's never been led up into that, though. Is what I'm saying.
right.
Like, she's done little speeches here, but nothing this big.
Yeah, no.
Like, you're the one who has to wall on your own petty pity party. I love that petty pity party. But yeah, then of course, they take her down. Oh, that was epic. I know. I wish that instead of holding it all in, you'd have just talked to me. For what it's worth, I'm sorry I didn't see it sooner. Oh, this bit here. Commando G is an excellent judge of character. I love that. It's giving her the hope she needs.
Mm-hmm.
Because even he knows she's not a bad girl. That's the thing about Vicky. She's not bad.
Misguided.
Misguided, yes. Oh, and then this bit. It ends on such a bittersweet note.
Yeah.
But that,
The Dragon Ball.
The Toriyama spoof covers. Oh, but
Here goes
this bit here. Turns out he enhanced her abilities. I did not see that coming.
Right.
Well, that's interesting. Well, I just realized that's Chip. You realize that cup? It's right from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, it does look like Chip.
Except no chip on him. But then, then we start up the next saga, which I gotta say, as much as I love the first saga, this saga has been an interesting one.
Yes, it has.
Oh, I asked, did you at all assume until this point that Carly's mom, I mean, I know they mentioned Carly's mom before, but it was like when you only have dialogue to do it, I assumed she had died.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I know there's dialogue early on that says she's still around, but you don't focus on that.
Right.
Like, it's easy to miss that bit. Oh, I love Carly's smile there. That's so adorable.
It is.
But this is the point though where now they find like months have passed. Like the fact that like they actually do a big, huge time skip here. I mean, you don't notice it, but you hear it. But it's enough that they've gotten
Yeah.
all this fame now. Oh, bringing
Oh, these
back,
two.
yeah, bringing them back. I love this. Seeing Chad and Darlene, and Henshi. I like these two. Yeah, it's been rough since we broke from Lansky and Schultz. We got to keep our names since we came up with those ourselves, but the fraud claimed the rights to our costume. So now, to be fair, at least for Darlene, they needed to redo it because they couldn't have it be too Squirrel Girl like.
Yeah. No, they couldn't.
Yeah, hers was the most blatant.
And I love like this sets up like another kind of like getting Siggy to realize his feelings for Carly because this guy's starting on her.
A little, yeah. Well, at least that's what it seems like anyway. But yeah, then of course we see more with
this guy's back again.
Yep. Yeah, he sticks around a lot. But I also love how by this point we get more Sawyer.
Yes.
I like how he's pretty much become like he's the representative of it, but he kind of fits Kamen America a lot more, doesn't he?
He does, yes.
Like if there's one that you had to keep around, it would be him. Uh-oh. Hey! But yeah, then this one's we're introduced to and Karat Eshtik.
It's like,
I like
this
her.
Is not the time.
Yeah. I like her though. You know what I mean? Just being this news reporter, like a April O'Neil type. It's clear she's clearly April O'Neil inspired. Clearly. Like she's a mixture of April and Lois.
Yes.
Oh yeah, look at Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, confidential.
Good, top secret. Oh, I love this artwork here. Psychos. Oh yeah, this is where we're into the Xena Rangers. Although I do like how Schultz, he makes it, and he doesn't have himself be the lead. Why should he?
No.
Draws too much attention. But I love that though, how he's not the lead. At least on the surface. It's clear he's manipulating everything. We know who he is. But throughout the rest of this, we don't see much of him, I realized. Looking back throughout all these, do you realize you don't see much of him?
It's probably planned that way.
Well, yeah. But then once we know Lynx, he's back in charge, you then soon realize, oh crap, he's going to start. And with him in charge, it's so insane how effective he is at his job, isn't it? He's able to manipulate stuff so that the world will fall for whatever they're selling. Which again makes you wonder if that's
that.
Yeah. Throughout all of this arc, he gets even worse at manipulating the world than he did before. Again, I have to wonder, do you think that's a special ability of his? Like he has his ability to come up with stuff
that's that good.
Or he's just that good. Oh, yeah. Oh, Santa pointed out, Cartwright was actually seen since Volume 1, but we got to see a lot more of her. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, we're here to save the world. Do you play JRPGs, Miss Sylvia? Well, no. She's trying to hide her video game nature. Oh, and oh boy, you're 10 minutes late, Siggy. Little overdressed for the setup, aren't you? It's okay. I don't anticipate I'll have it on for long. Ah! Misha up. Okay, there's being bold, and then there's just being.
Yeah.
That's a bit. Even I gotta say, that's a bit much. But this is the bit where it's saying like it's been 5 months since our battle was Vicky, so it's been a 5 months time skip. Now I gotta say, I do feel like Carly. Do you think Carly? I don't think Carly would ever feared Misha winning.
Right.
Do you ever had that feeling that Carly didn't really fear that? She just more felt like if it did, it was because of her fault.
Mm-hmm. I think it's also just annoyance with Misha.
Yeah, because I think even Carly knew, no, she's not Siggy's type. And to be honest, she isn't. I
No.
also like to notice how Siggy is not oblivious. I'm glad they didn't go with the oblivious love interest. I get so fed up with that. I'm so excited for
She's
Monday, Badger Chan. Chan. Oh, this bit.
uh-huh.
I love that they attack it. She doesn't have her outfit. So I love this little. You have this other story at the bottom. Like, come on.
I know.
Come on. And then you're paying for our room window that I had to crash through to get here. I love when they do that. Like, come on.
It's so like, yeah, because she's the one, she needs the suit in order to.
Yep. Oh, this obvious homage to Dr. Light.
Yeah,
I mean, that is so blatant, isn't it?
it is.
Daisuke Aragaki. And yeah, they make it home. And I do like how the Zena Rangers are not and they're a big part, but this bit here.
Oh, I know.
I feel so bad for Kimiko. She's so proud to show it off. The fact that the headquarters looks like a cup of ramen.
I know.
Her dad is so quirky doing stuff like that. But again, I just love the stuff like with the her wearing the hard helmet and everything. She looks just like she's the owner, right?
Yeah. And her trying to convince Carly to let them financially support. And
again, this is one point that is intentionally not to make Carly look good.
right.
You know what I mean? Oh, especially the whole bit about like Siggy's gun shop or Sylvia's bait shop. That look at Sylvia, she's like, wait, you can't be serious. You know, this right with the headband. Doesn't Sylvia always give a Gwen Stacy vibe?
Yes, she does. I was gonna say that at one point. It was like,
But
yes,
this
she
bit
does.
here, I just felt so. I gotta say, this is the point where, much like Sylvia called her out, this is Carly being higher than thou. For good reason, obviously, but at the same time.
You also kind of understood, though, Carly, what she was saying about because of her bad experience with Lansky.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's true. But at the same time, though, it's because of some of the assumptions she made, especially with Sylvia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on a second. I got my smoke alarm going. Hold on.
Oh, no. Yeah, so guys, what do you think about Kamen America? I see you guys in the chat. I want to hear some more. What do you think? Do you think Carly's wrong for this part? I think Carly's kind of like, it's kind of like I see her side, but I also don't agree with her on this because yes, Lansky kind of burned her, but I think she should be giving her friend the benefit of the doubt.
Yep. What was that? What did you say?
Oh no, I was talking to the chat while I was waiting for you. I was saying like I kind of understand Carly's side, but at the same, overcompensating, and she should suffer more than what Lansky did to her, because Lansky was not a friend.
Exactly. Oh, but you feel so bad. I think it's because it's Kimiko that you feel worse for how Carly's acting.
She's so innocent.
Exactly. But then in her weird room, that look at Misha, she's like, wait, this is her room? But then this whole bit, like, back when you used to call my family's business a bait shop, I always thought you were teasing me. But I've now realized that but the fact we find out, it's the Bass Sporting Good nod. Right down to having the pyramid.
Yes.
But then we find out, we have 4 pyramids. Like, wait, what?
That's hilarious.
Oh, but again, the stuff here with her father. Again, I adore her father.
Yeah, he's such a positive influence.
Yeah,
she
especially
feels bad.
But he's all like, I'm sorry too, but this is a valuable experience for you. Most business deals don't finalize, not even ones with close friends. But then she's ready to go right into action.
Yeah.
But then you had a Zener Hydro. Oh boy, I hate I mean this in a good way. I hate them.
Yeah, and that's the whole point because they're taking their glory too. That's the whole other thing I can't stand. It's like they do all the work until they show up, and then that's where the media is taking pictures of.
But again,
And
that's
it's all to
Lansky's.
undermine them.
Yeah, again, that's Lansky's manipulation. My man, your man.
He's like, I'm just not gonna.
Yep. Hailstorm, Maelstrom. I love that. Like, oh yeah, she'll reconstitute in a moment. That's a moment where you're like, oh, that's a little, no pun intended, called Kimmy. She just said that so straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you liar. That's a lie. She's lying. And bad guys do that, Kimmy.
Yeah. Kimmy's so innocent. I love it.
I agree. Wait, which one spammed the meme? Spawned the memes? Which panel?
It was when Kimi was turning, like after her father. I guess that's the one.
Oh.
I don't know how.
You mean this one?
Yeah.
Really? What
Yeah.
memes?
I don't know. Xander, come on.
Come on, Xander, quit spell things out for us, man. Don't expect that we know all this. We're fans of this, but we don't know all that stuff.
I didn't hear about any memes. Oh, the panel was Sylvia holding over the phone.
Really? Hold on. Oh, this one?
Oh.
Oh, I can see that becoming a meme. I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah. I can too.
But yeah, but of course she accepted, but then we find out. Once I saw this, I was like, oh, shit. Now, here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Cynthia is an interesting character that I don't know where. I still don't know what the bead to put on her is.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't need a full villain, you just need that pain in the ass antagonist.
Yep. Oh, now the connection to Soul Finder.
Yes.
Which I got them all.
Mm-hmm. I gotta say, this have the crossover.
Yep, I gotta say, this is an interesting concept on its own, wouldn't you say? And the fact that being military is required to be part of it. Oh, I realized we didn't talk about it. There was also the Tomorrow Girl Kamen America crossover. This is a cute crossover.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, it's cute, adorable, and Carly's in a bit of a mentor role.
Yes.
And I like that. And then, of course, you have the other Soul Finder comics that these all happen beforehand. I like how they actually came up with a timeline of what comes out when. And the fact that all of these, both of these happen before Volume 4. But I mean, they just continue to set up the world. They're not important for the crossover.
No. And again, you don't have to read everything.
You don't have to.
It's not like you gotta buy 40 Marvel comics just to get the one story.
Exactly. Now, to be fair, though, these books are still important, but they keep saying that you don't have to read them, and you really don't. But at the same time, you almost feel, being a reader, you almost feel like it's natural to buy the next one.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I love about this. Oh, wrong one. Here we go, the crossover.
Yes.
I gotta say, I prefer this cover over this one.
Yeah.
It feels more consistent with the other ones. I mean, nothing against this cover, but you know what I mean, right?
Yes.
What did you think about this crossover in particular?
I thought it was good. I think I'm more a fan of the Black Ops crossover.
Yeah, the first one. I mean, it's still Black Ops, but that's going to involve the characters more.
Yes.
Oh, this whole bit was the slasher. This creeped me out. Especially once we saw it without his face, you're like, ah!
Yeah, I know.
Oh, but then this whole thing, I didn't realize she used her hair on it until I had to double check it. Because, she's holding the gun and then kills him. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. It's like her ponytail.
Yep. No, I do like how she's trying to help it. She is trying to help Vicky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, but then meeting up with this guy who, again, I like how they expand a lot of this stuff. Like this helps fill in some of the gaps.
Yes.
Like this bit, it's important for finding out how he gets out of jail. Oh yeah, we find out when the Chupacabra survived, although it looks like Usagi,
Yeah, it does.
which I think that's the intent.
Jackknife.
Yeah, Jackknife. He's supposed to clearly be an evil a dark Usagi, I should say.
Yeah.
But I do like how Sylvia. It makes sense for her to be there because of the suit is military owned, and that goes. It also makes more sense that of course Vicky is still going to resent her. It's like after all these years, Sylvia's a prime example, unfortunately, of the shit Vicky's had to deal with. Because she's always like Carly's friend. That's all she knew her as. Even Sylvia admitted that.
Yeah.
That's how she always saw her as. But I do like, again, she's like, I was hoping this could be a start of a new. We've known each other since elementary school. It's a little late to start being friends. Cold, but understandable. Would you agree with that? Like, it's cold, but given how we've also seen how Sylvia was around Vicky, you understand it. It's like...
Yes. Again, it goes back to, like, her not realizing how her approach was, and...
Exactly.
Vicky and, mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, Vicky took it a lot worse than even Carly did, I just realized.
Yeah.
And you didn't realize that first, because Carly was always there, but you realized Vicky took it more personal. Whereas Carly was a bit more misunderstood.
And I think it can also go down to jealousy with Vicky.
Oh, yeah. Well, jealousy on all of them. And the funny thing is, though, when you look at Vicky, she doesn't have much to be jealous about. For one, she's a looker, too. You know, things like that. And
that
yeah.
It goes back to that childhood trauma being kind of like coerced into doing something other than what she wanted to do.
And with all this promise that you'll be great, and it turns out, no, what the hell? Yep, but of course, them and up, with Father Patrick Redder. That's the main guy from, And, oh boy, I love it. Yeah, they're sneaking their way through and everything. And soon we're going to be introduced to Pitchfork.
Yes.
I like Pitchfork. Oh, I love this. Really? Father Blady?
I know, like,
image of, like,
she only has that image of him.
Well, I don't blame her. I would too. Be like, huh? If I was in her shoes, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
And I say one thing I also like is, yes, there's religion about these characters, but like good writing is, it doesn't dominate anything about them.
No, it's not being forced on you.
It's not being forced on you. It's just there, which I do appreciate. Because there would be some people who are right-leaning who would overdo it.
Yes. Yeah, we know.
Yep. Oh, yeah, there's Pitchfork. Spoiler, yes, that's the name he's going to go by, Pitchfork. I like Pitchfork here. Have you ever noticed that when is a character that's going to be on the good side, you actually they draw them more sympathetic?
Yeah. Jackknife.
Yeah, Jackknife there. But yeah, the siphon, the energy and everything. Again, this is really well handled. And I do think coming up with his own team from that, a representative of each property, plus the villains, makes sense. But yeah, that again, this whole bit with Pitchfork, it's just so sweet. You're just like, Aww. Oh boy, more was them. Oh, but yeah, when we find out about his history,
Yeah.
oh, I feel so bad for him. His mother died, and then he was given up.
Oh.
Aw. But yeah, and then uh-oh. But I do like how it seemed they got an absolute victory, and I realized Apex Mox is a lot like and Doctor Doom mixed with David Xanatos. Even when he
Yeah.
loses, he still wins. Oh, and then Patriotter shows up
Oh,
with Carly. Oh yeah, this is for paying me an exposure. She sees it with his helmet off. Hurt! Which, as we know from Hair Trigger, she did the same thing.
yeah.
But yeah, I had to get Patriotter. Agent Hudson wasn't too happy for some reason. We know what the reason is later. And this is the last favor I ever expected Father Blately to ask me. Ha! But this bit, how she doesn't want Kari to see her, and I don't blame her.
Yeah, there's a lot of guilt there.
Oh yeah, but if Eddie calls himself Pitchfork, it's like, it's a slight improvement. Ha! But I also love their summary that she is good. But for example, Miss Kaminsky is good, but it's her self-loathing.
Yeah.
And saying that, how it was Hair Trigger is like, I can empathize. I was once in a very similar position. I'm eternally grateful for those who believed in me and gave me a nudge in the right direction. Jackknife! Gets her right in the butt. But I love this. That I'm going to spend Monday morning justifying a $6,000 seafood bill to my superiors. Do you know how much fish it'll take to bribe Patriotter to keep quiet about the existence of spec hops? Taxpayer dollars well spent, I'd say.
Let's keep this positive.
Yep, but then finding out, uh-oh, they got what they wanted. I love this. We got you covered, senpai. Well done. You two may live. With this sample, phase 2 is nearly complete.
Mm-hmm.
So he got a feather and the tail. And who the heck is that?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I love it. We still have Tetzelworm from the very first Black Ops.
Yeah.
I'm curious on where they're going with that. Oh, but then of course you also have Penelope keeping an eye, and then we find out the next crossover is going to involve Punchline.
Yep.
What did you think about Timlin's design take on Punchline?
I actually like this.
I do too.
I wasn't too crazy about the outfit in the regular series. It seemed too very like I don't know.
Matthew Weldon's artwork is very good, but some of his outfits don't always work. But Tim Lim makes it work.
Yes, he does.
A Weldon Williams paint. Ha! Oh, I love this. And to think, Agent hasn't considered getting that high flying leotard wearing blonde to join the gang. Hey, that meant not to be a jab at me, especially when you're on my turf and in my hometown. Great.
Usagi is like a heart.
Oh yeah, geez. Well, maybe because of that thing.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's getting pets lately.
Yeah. I wonder if that's like a nod to like super pets and all.
Yeah. Now this one, which cover design did you prefer? Sylvia's outfit here or this one? I prefer that one.
This one. Yeah, I don't like the black.
Yeah. Now this was the Kickstarter one, right?
Yes.
That's what I thought. But yeah, they didn't have that many for this one. I think that's why they put this cover first.
Yeah, no, I got the other one.
So did I.
That one.
But yeah. So now, oh yeah, this little flashback it's focused a bit more on.
Yes, I love this going back into
stuff with her dad.
past.
Oh boy, the reveal of her loving of video games. It comes from her dad. With her dad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to play with Miss Cynthia. Oh. Again, her dad is so sweet. Oh, I love
Yeah.
this. Like, glass plates, come on!
Yeah.
I love a dad who actually joins in the video games and gives her good
Yep.
advice. Oh, some people will disappoint you, but you do the right thing by at least giving them a chance. You just need to find real friends.
Exactly.
And then when you play together, they'll push you to be better and to try harder. Oh, and then we see more with her parents in the present day. Here you go, Mr. Vanders. Oh yeah, the fact that this is an old-fashioned camera, I love that detail. And Misha, really?
I know. He's like, Siggy's like, I don't know what to do here.
I mean, at least with Kimiko, he can understand because like, oh, she's being innocent. But
Yeah.
but
Oh man.
yeah, seeing more was her mom. I like, but more it was the robots. Red glare, milk and honey. What'd you say? Shut up! That she has to keep switching in, actually undressing into her outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the Zenda Rangers. Cute toy, Blondie. Again, I love how they get better and better fighting as a team, but it doesn't mean that they're perfect.
Right.
Uh-oh, big robot. Now this, I think because now with these outfits, we don't get as much of the butt shots anymore.
Right.
Although we see an sort of an upskirt shot.
Yeah, but this is important here with this girl.
Oh yeah. Everything's gonna be all right. Alley-oop, we're gonna get you out of here. Let's go find your folks. Perfect timing for my next trick, lightning lasso. Uh-oh, Klong. And we get to see Maiden and Ice-Tosterone.
His name is Testosterone.
I love how Henshi, they expanded Henshi to have it be he actually could shapeshift
Yes.
based on what he eats. Which I've realized that's more of a boy in his blob thing. Remember that where the blob you found different type of jelly beans and it'll shapeshift?
Yes.
Potassium power and what the Henshi super pumped it. So wait a minute. What is Marymount Maiden's does she have any extra powers or is it mostly from Henshi?
It's almost like Chopper from One Piece. I don't know if you're familiar with Chopper from One Piece.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, he pops those pills. He's a reindeer. He pops those pills and he turns into like different shapes.
Yep. Oh yeah. Mom! Like, uh-oh, that's an analog camera. But yeah, then hold on.
Bless you.
Oh, geez. Recoil.
Ah!
Don't you hate that? You have to sneeze, recoil.
Yes.
Oh, especially when you're having a cold. That's the worst. When you have the hard sneezes when you have a cold, so your body's more sensitive to it. Oh.
Yes.
Ow. Oh.
Yeah, this is when stuff gets like
more complicated.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Especially with the Dr. Light guy, we find out, oh, there's more going on with him.
Yep.
Now I know he's definitely forced into this. I could definitely tell that, right?
Yes. You can tell he's feeling guilty.
He's feeling guilty because he knows more than he's letting. I don't think he knew beforehand when we first met him.
No, something must have happened between.
Yeah. Oh, cool new outfit, Carly. But you'll never look good as you did in that number you wore when the day we met. Wah! What, Warren? Ew, don't remind me. Oh, and Siggy's like, hey. It's so clear that it's so clear Chad has an interest in her.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, look, he gets right in between. And yeah, like, we met back when we saved Cape Canaveral from some bad dudes, powered public citizens.
I
Yep,
love this.
I remember reading about that. Didn't the villain brainwash you into thinking you were? I said you wouldn't understand! But I think Stinky So did this to try and kill any mood between the
Yeah.
two. Chad just... I just realized him be called Ice Tostrom and his name is Chad. That was intentional.
Yes, it was.
But now this is where we're starting to get Lansky stuff kicking into high gear.
Yeah.
Kamen coward. Yeah, and they make the world safer, you phony. Oh boy. In other words, I just realized, you think this might be a nod to the Authority versus the Justice League?
Okay. Yes.
Do you think that's
I can see
intentional?
that.
You know, as in reactionary to proactive? Go back to Indiana. No one wants your stupid fashion. I guess I do like also the idea that their identities are not secret.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm grateful
Calling them
for that because
phonies.
it makes sense. Oh, look, Stinky's ready to pull out a gun just in case. No, wait. You see this guy? I just realized. Are these guys? Is this the guy supposed to be Cleveland?
I was about to say, because I know there is a Spy Family reference too.
Yeah. Oh, that poor. Oh, gee, oh man. That poor girl. Now, what happened to her hair?
No, but she's glaring at Carly.
I know. Like, you saved her, and yet she's still glaring. Which, again, makes me wonder, how much of this is legitimate and how... I just wait. Is that Milhouse's mom?
It could be, yeah.
Looks just like her, doesn't it?
It does.
The fact that none of these Xena Rangers get along.
I know.
I know, but yeah, then they get up there. Oh, yeah. So, in the sink for so long, Carly used to say you were a mom! Oh, yeah, give me a soda, it'll... Whoop. Hey, good night, Carly said. But I just love that she's like...
She's like, I'm gonna just leave now.
I know, and again, Chad is trying to make the moves. But I also like how this is... It's so obvious he's making a move, but you might miss that.
Yes.
Henchy, stop! No soda pop powers indoors! Boing, 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 boing! Oh, but at this moment, given this, what happens in the next volume, I think this is going to lead to these two getting together. Because also the idea of she's interested in Siggy, he's interested in Carly.
That's a good point.
And also the hot and coldness.
Yeah.
And again, what we see between the two in the next volume. Now, wait a minute. Okay, notice she has the strap up here, but then, whoop.
Yeah, just in time to see Siggy.
Yep. But I love, like, we're going to, now this is where he comes off a little oblivious.
Yeah.
I brought some ammo that I wanted to show him, too. You're welcome to join us. Bring your drink in. God, don't bother. I'll join us myself, as usual. Whoa, you weren't kidding. You're awful at this, Sigmund. Still, though. Like now, somebody's like, in any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The next best thing is the wrong thing. And the worst thing you could do is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Aww. And, Xena Rangers are having a press conference. Oh, dear. Now, this is where Cynthia is joining in as Kamen Unity. Yeah, we don't see her do anything yet in that armor.
No.
But you can definitely see where Sylvia gets a lot of her stuff from.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a second. But yeah, I mean, especially it's like I was there, especially when like I was there in Africa. All right. But yeah, this is where we see Daisuke, and we then all of this bits. You're like, he's being forced.
Yeah, look at the sweat pouring down his face.
Yeah, and just the look on his face. But then this claim
Mm-hmm.
about aliens being involved.
Interesting.
Or that's what they're claiming. But even though they all have this whole fight the light pollution, and the fact that Cynthia is in on all this, fight the light,
Yeah.
and yet she tries to call it out. Everyone's like, "Are you denying the facts? What's your PhD in?"
Did you see? Go back
What?
up a little. Next to her.
Yeah. What? It's obvious who that's supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
And yet someone else would claim they were being taken jabbed at.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Oh, more with the flashbacks, everything. Now this is what confuses me. It's clearly Cynthia is trying to care for her, but then you see this moment. This is what confuses me. But you also notice though, she starts to have her hair look like Sylvia's mom style.
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
Yes.
Do you think that's what her look was? Like maybe if I do her hair more like this?
Maybe.
But again, this
She's
is what
touching your
confuses me.
hair.
Yeah, but again, I can't help but wonder, like, where does Cynthia stand?
That's the mystery.
Yeah, like, is she sincere in her trying to be sweet to her, or is it an act? And making her hair look more like Sylvia's mom, was that to try and make her calm down? Or again, was it a manipulation? That's what's confusing me about her. And she's very different from Vicky, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And and she's probably the biggest comparison to Vicky, wouldn't you say?
We
This
still
character
need to know more.
I'm saying no. That's what I'm saying. The character where we're going to need the explanation to understand things more.
Yes.
But yeah, they're allowed in, and then the camera getting destroyed right off the bat. Like, you girls didn't think this through, did you? They should, they should have developed it before they went over there, shouldn't they have?
Yeah.
But
That's a dumb move on their part.
But to be fair, they could have also felt like, no, we need to develop it in front of them so they can know we didn't alter the photos.
True. That's another good point.
Oh, but yeah, then this fight was interesting. Not my favorite of the fights, I'll be honest. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, but just something felt off about this. But also this whole bit where it looks like, like she's joining in. And I love this. It's like, we're both here, so please, can we put this aside and put aside your spite?
Manipulation.
But then she's like, no. But it ends up biting. But yeah, this all, Sylvia, where's your armor? You're not hurt, are you? That's where this confuses me, is her reactions here.
I think she might actually care about her, but then...
Yeah,
that doesn't mean she doesn't have notorious,
notorious, stuff, yeah. Again, more with Sawyer. But yeah, this whole bit, like, but for half my life, she's just been mom. She's always been there, even when I thought I was alone. Aww. Oh, this bit.
Yeah.
Basically, she's relied on her dad to be her friend. That's what I realized. She was relying on her dad so much to be her game friend, her best friend.
And that's why he kept trying to encourage her to make friends.
Because he knew this would happen. And even when he tries to say, like, Sylvia, I'll try my best. And then, yeah, like, Dad, are you sleeping? Oh.
I know.
I actually cried when I first read that.
Yeah.
Nice bit was, was her and her dad. And then, Mr. Kaminsky. Now, this ended up being, I gotta say, this was a cliffhanger that went nowhere.
Well, it gets brought up again in the next one.
Yeah, but I'm saying, it doesn't really lead to much. Is what I'm
No,
saying.
true.
Oh, but in this bit, that's not what happened. I never got turned into a man. I know. Lero Nainsky, according to the credits. I wouldn't worry. Lansky was so late fulfilling this comic, I doubt anyone ever remembers they paid for it. Sound familiar?
Yes.
Of course, the funny thing is, the irony is that the Walmart book came out on time.
Yeah, I know. That is the funny part. Oh, here we go.
Yep. Hey, this comic sucks and I forgot my sketchbook. I'm gonna chomp someone's friggin' head off. And she mistakes him for someone else.
Yeah.
Mako Breako. Actually, I think that's Sawtooth.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I got her mixed up with that other flying blonde. And I love how Siggy's just like, should I better go?
Yeah,
I also like how
like,
Sawtooth is completely so baffled. He's like,
he just goes in with the picture, like, okay.
yeah, but even here he's just like, huh. So in a lot of ways, she accidentally calmed him down.
Yeah.
Mako Breako is what she thought. Again, that is such a great, setup. And now the most recent book. First of all,
Yes.
I love this cover. You probably guess why.
Yeah.
All that boobage.
And that glare.
That glare too. And yet it doesn't go much with it. It's better than as much as I love this cover. This is my favorite
Yeah,
still.
that one I like. Yeah. And that's the one I have too.
Yep. Again, this is a fun cover. Probably one of the best secondary covers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But we then see Siggy's first meeting with Carly. I love this. Be nice. My best friend made these.
Your best friend is blind.
Carly spent all Thanksgiving sewing them, and they're like, huh? Who are you? Mary. Why? Who'd you think? You looked like an angel. Aww. I also like how it's so clear that Carly was was good at sewing, but she wasn't perfect.
Right.
I mean, come on, look at Siggy's stuff. You can still see the cross stitch and the colors mix up.
But she tried.
Yep, she tried. Oh, look, Father Blatey. Yep, a bit taller.
Lordy, this almost gave me diabetes. What's I like the Garfield reference.
I know, which we see more in the webtoons. No,
yeah.
I just realized.
And I like that using the webtoon design.
Yep. I gotta say, doesn't she look like that one girl out of River City Girls?
I'm not familiar.
Hold on. That girl there.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yep, you could definitely see there's similarities.
Yes.
I mean, not exactly, obviously, but...
Right, no. But I like the baseball jacket and the...
Yep. Baseball lightning stiletto strike! Oh, the Swift Sword, a.k.a. her lightsaber!
Oh, yeah. This was fun.
This is when we start to get more of knowing that President Magnus does exist, but he's not full-on Walmite. I do like that, though. I think it's good that they called him Magnus instead of Trump.
True.
That way they can still keep him as president if they want to.
Correct.
But these the dark state versus light state, where do you stand on that bit? That feels a little too on the nose, if you ask me.
Yeah.
You know, like red state, blue states.
Yeah. You know me, I hate politics, but
But it's not full on politics. That's the saying.
no.
Oh, this Zener
Oh
Ecto.
yeah.
But the fact that they're
Yeah,
so
this is
desperate to move on.
interesting.
Yeah, the fact they're so desperate to move on that they're so easy to manipulate. Hey, Tubby, guess who let you ride the splatter horse despite the weight limit? Uh-oh. My uncle owns a law firm. No, wait, but yeah, so... But then, of course, Soul Finder would help out.
Yes.
Commando G, again, I love him.
I know, but I think Soul Finder's the perfect person to come up across this guy.
Yep, which I think they knew this the moment they came up with him.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the idea of the silver bullets. And I also love this, like, hey, you help souls transcend your way, I'll transcend them my way.
And her checking on the... Are you okay?
Yep.
To the cat.
Oh, shoot, I'm late. I gotta get going. What's your rush? Are you gonna turn into a pumpkin? Hey, yeah, something like that. Hey, pumpkin.
Hey, pumpkin.
I love that. But yeah, the fact...
Badger.
Yep, Badger.
I have that stuffed animal and I love him. All right.
Yep. Again, this has to be my favorite yet. I say that every time, but this book is definitely my favorite yet. Hey, if you and Siggy got hitched, you could get a piece of that action. Dad!
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the fact that both parents have retired from their works.
Mm-hmm.
You know, her parents and Siggy's parents.
Yeah. I love the bike.
Yep, the bike. Because, hey, she can't fly all the time.
For this one, everybody's separated.
Which is a big part at the end.
Yeah. Because she's kind of has to do it on her own.
Yep. Oh, I love this. Light bullet. The fact they do all these dark suits and everything. Stop whining, Snowflake. I'm not whining, Matchstick. Your flames keep melting my ice construct. Then make them colder. Again, this is why I think these two who are going to get together. It's because of this.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's the Sam and Diane feeling.
It's the typical manga.
If I slow this thing down, do you think you could be useful for 5 seconds? And then this whole bit of tackling him. Oh, Psycho! Yeah. First time we've seen him in a while. And again, we know how dangerous he is. Oof. You'll have to think faster than that, my dear. You know the one thing that is intentional and annoying me about these guys is the fact that they are now intentionally attacking them, and yet the media still does nothing.
Mm-hmm. Which makes you wonder why.
Again, it's because of Lansky.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Lansky can sell you a bridge, and it'll work. Hey, Penelope, and Bullseye, thanks. But the fact that his helmet is tougher than Apex Moss's helmet, that says a lot. But yeah, the fact that everyone's still like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and wait, that's a different look.
Yes, it is. I was waiting for you to get to this.
Now, do we see this guy at another point?
Probably. I think he's a shapeshifter.
No, I know. But I'm saying, do we see this form?
Maybe.
Yeah, but yeah, this whole bit that how they're making money off of the dark suits. What? After all the... but yeah, this whole Senator Kino is siding with the governor. Again, no, this makes sense because comics do that stuff where they will play with the politics like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not being political if you involve senators and all that.
Xander, I don't think we see it again in this volume. Maybe we can see in the future volumes.
True. But yeah, then I'm trying to figure out, oh, this is all the restless spirits. Ha! Uh-oh, and the fact that this is her idea.
Mm-hmm.
Waku, hey, waku, waku. No, I love how, this is why I keep on finding that Enshtick is definitely more of an April O'Neil type.
Yeah, like, look at
Or,
her coloring, too. Like,
yep, oh, and these outfits. Zeno Pyro was an Austrian Federal Fire Brigade. And then, yeah, and Hydro, but then Techno, it's when we find out she has connections to the scientist, the Dr. Light guy.
mm-hmm.
That's why I'm wondering, is he forced to do it because of her?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, she even warned them saying like has been spread sin, but don't do but just don't let anyone pull the old divide and conquer. But they do.
My favorite Misha part's coming up.
Oh, I know. Oh yeah, this whole bit where we get that resolved, where it's like at least he knows that she's dealing with the military.
Right. Doesn't know
Oh,
why.
yeah. I haven't seen you since you took me hostage. You're Siggy's. Don't sweat it. To err is human. To forgive is divine. Or in the words of Father Blady, no hard feelings. I love that. It's like,
The awkwardness. Take a look at Carrot's book. You'll notice some familiar names.
Sure. But no, by this point, so does this mean that she now knows about Big Sylvia keeping an eye on Vicky?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure Sylvia.
But yeah. What did she thought to keep it quiet though? That's the thing. Although let's be honest, Sylvia's never good.
Yeah,
never good at keeping a secret. Yeah, I bet you though, Agent Hudson will be pissed.
Yes.
Now this whole bit where we finally get things,
Yeah. And then of course,
Siggy, your dad was one of the hostages I took in Groypar and you never told me? He said that the hostage thing was no big deal. Oh boy, this whole bit.
Yeah.
Now I do like how she's ready to just take it.
Yeah.
But in this bit, there's no spark between us. I know, fortune favor. But yeah, this whole bit here, and then we find out that why she's all fortune favorable. Because she'd sooner be like, I'm just going to make it clear where I stand up front. Because she missed a chance before.
Right.
Oop. Never let her go. But then, uh-oh.
This is interesting.
It is. Uh-oh. Oh. But next time, stock up on the silver ammo. Uh-oh. Now, of course, the fact that she thinks he chose, oh boy, that's the moment where it feels like she thinks he chose Misha.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we know what that is in the background. Right? Think about how I feel. I've had to see it almost every day of my life.
I know.
Now, who do you think? Do you think she's talking to Vicky or what? What do you think? Or do you think this is
No, it's definitely a prisoner. I'm thinking it's got to be Vicky.
Or it could be Misha's sister.
Hair trigger?
Yeah, hair trigger.
Maybe.
It could be one of those two, right?
Right.
Oh, divide and conquer.
I love these.
Oh, this old bit. Now, if you notice here, there's one character that's made clear now. It's and make it confirming it's part of the universe, and that's Rags.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Rags.
Because
I
you know
like
why?
looking.
Rags tied in the punchline.
Yes.
Also,
I'm looking
who
for
dat?
who what?
Who dat? I wonder.
Hmm.
You know, with all the question marks.
Yeah. Sawtooth.
Yep. Sawtooth. Bridge disaster. Toll may reach 46. Shock. All that. Look, the
There's
sock.
there's what's her name? Uh
What? Punchline?
yeah, Punchline.
Yep. Yep. I get. Oh, there's Tomorrow Girl.
Yeah.
Deepest lore.
There's the priest.
Yep. So yeah, that's we're caught up. We have one more book to go that's not out yet, obviously, but all of these have been just so damn
Yes, they
good.
have.
They've gotten better and better, and there's no sign of stopping at all.
No, and I'm glad. I'm
A
glad they're
Florida
doing
girl,
such a good job.
we know that, but who's Flark? Who is Flark?
I don't know. Flark.
All right.
He's gonna look it up now. Who's Flark?
No. That's not what I was looking up. But yeah, on top of that, there's the girl with the mega fist nod. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. What's his
girl
name?
with the mega
I know.
fist by what's his name? Draw and Talk.
Yeah,
Now we don't have to
I know
go
he's
over.
friends with them.
Yeah, and he always. I love how he gives such good advice. But so now that we're all done talking about this, why does this stand out as a favorite of yours? Was crowdfunding. What is it about this that makes it stand out? Because I'll say this before you say that. Can I be honest with what I feel are the gold standards for me for crowdfunding? Doug to
Yes.
Naples books and the plot holes book that Sean Gordon Murphy did.
Okay.
Those
Here
reach
are my.
the gold standards, but
Here are
these are
mine.
just as good.
Number one, efficiency,
Yep.
quality.
Yep.
Uh, paying homage to what people love about superheroes,
Yep.
especially female superhero characters. Also showing love for like the Japanese manga because I'm a big manga fan. I see a lot of inspiration in it. Great characters with great development. Sylvia is probably the best example of that out of all of them. They all have great development. I think Sylvia's like one of the
Yes.
best ones. It's like every character plays a part. Nobody feels very sidelined.
Exactly.
And if they feel that way, they'll
It's just
come
for the
back
one
later
book.
to play a big part.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, the sock puppet.
Oh.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, we saw that sock puppet. That was Misha.
Yeah. But another thing is also great communication from the creators.
Yep. They're so nice. They're such nice guys. I know that
yes,
they
are.
focus on their book. And if you notice, I've noticed this. Out of all the crowdfunded books, it's their books that usually get talked about and reviewed by other YouTubers.
Correct. And also there's the price point. I want to mention that too.
Oh yeah, it's such great. They have the best price point. And they make it clear. The prices are initially for us. And then anything after that is for anything after that is going to be, they're going to jack up the price for any other releases, rightfully so. So in other words, we get the discount price for the crowdfunding.
Correct. And I love the design, and the artwork is like I hear people complain, and this is where I gotta like disagree. They think it's just easy art, like it's just done efficiently, and I'm just like, no, I disagree. Because it does have a very similar style to manga. But these manga creators take their time creating these books.
And the fact that
It's not
Tim's able
something
to
that's
work on,
done.
yeah, the fact
Go
that
on.
Tim is able to work on this and the webtoons.
Exactly.
And not webtoons. I
Yes,
love the
Xander, it's
webtoons.
true.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been
And
catching up on that.
yeah.
Did you get the
There's
other
no.
book with this campaign?
You mean
I
this
think it's
one?
like the webtoons. Yes.
Yep. Of
Yes.
course I would get this. I love this how it fills in everything.
And that's another thing. I love how they expand the universe into so many other different areas. And it's
Yep.
helping them promote outside of the States.
Oh yeah. The fact that it's doing big in Japan, and yet
It is.
it's because of that certain other crowdfunder people are now saying screw anime, screw in Japan.
Yes, I know.
I'm
Oh.
positive. I'm positive it's because of this.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you if it wasn't for this being so big in Japan, he wouldn't have bashed it. Japan itself. Would you agree with that?
I do. And I just
Oh yeah,
reading
I have
Xander's
to agree
latest
with that,
comment.
Xander. I have to agree with that, Xander. I've
Right,
talked to him
exactly.
about that.
Yeah.
He's admitted that. He's admitted that. In fact, look at how things started with Black Ops 1 and 2 going into 3. He decided to make it more
Mm-hmm.
like the Common America style is his preferred style.
And I love it. I think it's, it stands out in the crowdfunding. And it fits like the kind of like atmosphere and the characters and the story
Oh,
perfectly.
this.
Yeah. I think
Ah! Oh, but I love this. Like, if you the only way to defeat Kapu Kapu and save your delicious Kane Cochin ramen from the gobbling goblet is to trick him into bowing. And big mistake. I guess they
I
don't. It's
know.
just me, or they go a lot with what's her name? That design from what's her name from Spy Family.
Yes, Xander, there is a lot of nods in Volume 7 about the support Japan has given Common America.
Yeah, definitely. Seriously though, this whole series has just been so damn good. And like I said,
It
it is a gold standard. Like I said, not the gold standard because there's just something special about Doug Naples books and everything. But as far
Well,
as you
and here's
take
the
those
other
out of the
thing.
equation,
The other thing, and this goes towards certain people who are not happy about stuff. They focus a lot too much on the art because that's what
yeah,
their job was prior to going into crowdfunding. They were artists. They were not writers
yes.
and artists.
Well, Mark was
So,
definitely a writer.
well, oh yeah, I'm talking about other people.
Oh yeah, yes. Oh yes, like a certain one out there.
Yeah. So they and it was always my when I do reviews on a lot of their books. Not everybody, because a lot of them like do really well with some of the writing, but certain people, the art, yes, it's phenomenal, but there's a lot
Oh,
of problems with the story that desperately need an editor.
which I think is why people like Doug TenNapel, why that's a gold standard because he knows. Or Sean Gordon Murphy again. They've had
Yeah.
experience writing.
Yes. And you could see that with like Mark and Tim. Like Tim's the artist, but Mark is the writer. So his whole
Yes,
focus is on the writing.
exactly. And
And
yet
they're a great team.
they are great. Yes, Anya's who I'm thinking of. Anya from Spy Family. I seem to know they do that
Yeah.
a lot more lately. Have you noticed that where they do those? They base a
Well,
lot of the.
they were both on my show to do a whole retrospect about Spy Family right before the anime was dropping, and it was a lot of fun of us talking about it and going over the volumes that were out at the time. So I know they
Oh,
enjoy Spy Family a lot.
I love how Kamen Academy fits into the continuity by saying, "Oh, the show within this."
Yes. Yeah.
I love that because
Just
they
kind of
made it
like,
clear: no time travel, no other universes.
oh, thank God.
You know that's a big rule of theirs, right?
Yeah. I thank God. Because right now I'm so burnt out on multiverses.
I never will be, to be honest.
Well, I think, and here's the problem. I think right now a lot of the multiverses are not being handled well, and
Oh
everybody's
yeah,
trying to
I
compete
still
with
think
the
DC's
multiverses.
handling it better. I do think DC's handling it better than Marvel is.
Yes, Oh, Marvel's a mess, please.
Yeah, well, to be honest, to be fair, Marvel's only ever done theirs through their what ifs and the Squadron Supreme universe.
Yep.
Other than that, they've never had a good experience with it. Whereas DC's had a long history of it. Well, the other thing is, I
Yes,
like how they explain where each of these webtoons fit.
yes. Yes, and they do encourage each other to read different shows and different manga too, because they talked about that when they were on my stream.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Especially Mark. He's a big TMNT guy too.
Yeah, he likes the old he likes the Japanese movies too, Toya and the
Yeah, but yeah,
what was he?
overall though, I can still see the series going on forever. I really do.
Yes, because it's got longevity.
And if you
It
notice
has
also,
longevity,
but I also
and
like how
there's not.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna say
This whole multiverse of the race consequences. I don't believe that's what it's done that often. I think that's a
in
state of belief
Marvel,
that okay, in
in
Marvel,
Marvel,
yes, but at DC, definitely not.
not since I would say Infinity Crisis,
Infinite Crisis,
like
yeah.
Crisis
Crisis
on
on Infinite,
yeah,
yeah. Because
an
basically, people
Infinity
still
Earths.
die. People still die, and it's even in. I would say
I'm
this,
getting my
yeah. But
infinities mixed up here, but you know what I
right,
meant.
right. But I also like how, if you notice, that they will do the Black Ops books when they need to. Originally, we have a
Yes.
pattern, but look at this. There's like 3 common. It used to be a Black Ops for every 2 Common America, but yet look, we're gonna have 3 Common Americas in a row.
Well, and again, it's also consistent, and they know when to have those characters and when not to have those characters based on what their story outline is.
Yep,
And again, I think that's the other thing that's also going to help it keep consistent and longevity is the fact that they're constantly rolling out the stories and then
exactly.
turning to focus maybe more on Black Ops at one point, or you know, letting Doug do the Soul Finder.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
mean, and the fact that Soul Finder, you don't, except for the first one, you don't really need to read the other ones. And I'm not saying in a bad way.
right.
Although now I gotta get my hands on Rags, since I know Rags is eventually going to appear.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with Rags now. I'm gonna have to like.
I'll just put it this way: there's a lot of nudity because the running gag is her trying to get pants.
Oh, okay.
So they basically
Look.
want to have a lot of fan service. So they have the joke being that she's lost a lot of her clothing, and the big thing is her trying to get pants. But that's eventually then when she. That's why now though they're having she's wearing that unicorn outfit.
Gotcha. Well,
But it's no, that's the one thing I got to say though. How after Black Ops 6 I can believe that you can only do so much with
yeah,
crossovers.
yeah. You don't want to get too heavy-handed with the crossovers.
Yep. But again, where do you? Like I said, when it comes to stuff like Sawyer being, more of the fact he's become more of a regular of that. I see these things that's in part because one, he's probably the one that fits the most.
Yes, he's kind of like your Coulson in the MCU in the first few phases,
Yeah.
that he can cross over into the different
Yeah, you could do
places
that.
because he
Could
fits into
Penelope-
every scenario.
Yeah, because he also feel like he's the cool guy, the cool chill guy, whereas Penelope
Right.
is a bit too wound up.
Yeah, I do like her dynamic though with Carly.
Oh, I do too, but I think that's the other reason why she wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
Whereas,
And it's
I know that though, you have Sawyer and Sylvia.
I know. So we will
That's the other thing I
definitely
like here. The romance feels natural in this book.
Yes, it does.
And
It does. It feels
yeah.
it's definitely much more natural. It doesn't feel like out of the blue, and you're kind of like, huh, when did that happen?
and the supporting character. And like I said, look, I'll say this: when you look back at Walmart, that fits more of the traditional comics gay crowdfunded comics. And if they had continued doing stuff more like that, that would have been a bad thing.
Exactly.
Which is why I'm glad they stepped away. Once they went to Kamen America, it became more of an actual superhero thing.
Yes. And it's for everybody. They're not pushing their beliefs on anyone because, yes, the character is Catholic, but it's not like the whole story.
Exactly. Even with Soul Finder, it's part of the lore and it's going to come naturally up on. Sawyer doesn't have his own dedicated thing going on. So that's true too, because Penelope was so tied into Black Ops from the beginning.
Yes, exactly. Like I said, he's the Coulson or the Fury, or he could be in all the situations because he's like that person.
I think this is all Vicky, given their shared trauma with trust. Wait, what?
Mm,
Oh, you saying Sawyer and Vicky? No, it's clear they're going with Sylvia
nah,
and Sawyer.
I'm sure there's going to introduce somebody at some point for Vicky.
Yeah. But I think it's good time for us to wrap up. I was thinking
Yeah,
about talking about everything, but this thing went way longer than I saw it. I'm
I
just going
know,
to
but it was great.
I'll say the Kamal Khan stuff. I know you're not a fan. I am a fan, especially after playing the Marvel game and the Avengers game. This is so stupid. And let's be honest.
Oh yeah, and I said that I put to aside the fact and I don't hate Kamala Khan. I want to make clear it's just not a character that appealed to me.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah,
It,
that's why it bothers me when people like Ether are like, yeah, 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 yeah.
I
She's
know,
one of the worst
but
characters ever made. It's like, you're an idiot.
the build up for that
Zero.
ASM 20, the build up. You're getting something big, and I said this in another chat to somebody. I was like, it's that subverting expectations but not done well crap like they did with the Last Jedi.
I have to agree with Exalted Speed. This is done to try and do. Look over here. Don't stop looking at Paul and MJ. Look at this. And it's
Exactly.
backfiring. When you have Newsarama doing an article chastising this.
When you bring both sides together over
Yep. And I gotta say this. Yes, it's bad that Ethan is celebrated, but at the same time, that's perfect. The point that Nick Lowe's saying, you're making this comic skate happy.
Exactly.
That's bad.
And again,
Like
it's just kind of like,
I mean, I'll say
this is
I'm
my
not
problem with Marvel.
And I'll say I'm not the biggest Kamala Khan fan. I do like her, but I'm not her biggest fan. But at the same time, I am not one of those who says no one liked her. Like, no, that is a bullshit lie.
Yeah, no, she sold well when she first came out, and I knew a
She
lot of people
sold
were
well,
really
and there's many
interested.
people. She is this generation Spider-Man, rightfully earned.
Yeah, and at the time she came out, I was at an age where I was kind of like not looking for a teen hero. I wanted something older,
Exactly.
and that's why I didn't really. She
That's
didn't
why it
appeal to
bothers
me.
me when these guys start saying stuff like no one liked her. It's like, no, you didn't like her. But you are in denial when you say
I also
that.
think the big problem was she also came out at that time with Marvel's All New, All Different, and they were
even though she was separate from that at first. She was separate from All New, All
Yeah.
Different at first.
Right, but then her and Miles got dragged into it.
But that's the other thing. If this was Miles' book, this would have made more sense.
It probably would have, yeah. Of course, then I think there'd be another kind of outrage.
Yeah, now I bet you want to bet, though, they're just doing this so they can make her a mutant.
Yes, somebody had already mentioned that on Twitter. That's what they think the retcon
Now, do you
is.
think she'll still have the stretchy powers, or do you think she's going to have the glowy powers?
Probably the glowy powers, because I've probably been listening to people really liking the TV show and wanting to do. They'll retcon her, but I also think there's a whole high chance that this is also going to be a Mephisto thing too involved at some point. Because I think it's going to be like retconning everything with Mephisto. That's my theory.
This is reminding me like when they killed off Wasp. Remember when that happened?
Yes.
Or when they killed off Sentry twice.
Almost every character.
I still remember that when they killed off Sentry. Then during that Fallen Sun book, they claim, oh, he was the and Rogue's first because for some reason her powers doesn't work on him. You know that, right? And they said,
yeah, and there's another relationship I'm worried about in Marvel.
Yeah,
they're setting those two up for the. I know.
Again, just I know. Again, DC is still the better company right now.
It is, even though I do have some issues with their stuff. It's not as bad as Marvel.
Yeah, I would say it's about 75% good or acceptable quality.
Where I was only reading in Marvel Daredevil and Ghost Rider. Okay, Daredevil and Ghost Rider. That was it.
For me, it was the last big thing I've gone through. I haven't bought, but I'm going to buy the omnibuses. Was Donny Cates' Venom, which I got the omnibus for, and Immortal Hulk.
Yeah, those were
I am
good.
so getting that on the bus when it comes out
I don't blame you.
because
But everything
that was
else,
so
the
good.
main characters, the big main characters.
Yeah,
Captain America's pissed me off. I don't like what they're doing with Captain America.
well, at least it's ending soon.
Yeah, oh well, they canceled it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but they're giving it a finale, so.
Yeah. All
Oh well.
right.
Okay. Well, we both got to get going. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Carrie. This was so great
No
to
problem.
finally to talk about all of these because it's finding someone that I know in my inner circle who actually has read these.
Oh, I love them. I
I
love them.
know,
Hope to
but
Tim and Mark again soon.
I'm hoping to get Mark or Tim or both back on again. So here's hoping.
Yes.
But we'll see you all guys later.
Bye, guys.
Take care.